guys, so we just got done with episode 10 already. I can't believe it. I feel like we just started this. I want to thank all of you for supporting this podcast, for supporting me. I am so glad that everyone seems to be liking it so far, and I'm really having a great time doing it. So I just want to thank all of you so much for listening and supporting. So I really thought it would be a cool idea for episode 11 to just recap on everything that we have kind of experienced so far in this podcast. So I just want to start from episode 1 and kind of just recap everybody that we've heard and give my takeaways. I have this little bundle of joy below. Sorry, she wants to be on camera is what it is. So this is Faith, everyone. Okay, so episode 1. One of my best friends, Jason Collins, love him so much. We met when I was 18. I'm 34, so that was quite a long time ago. What I love about Jason is, he basically decided it's never too late to, start your dream. And, he started at, an older age than most comedians and decided that that's what he was going to do. So he kind of, stopped what he, was doing to, make money. And he started pursuing his dream of being a stand-up comic, and it worked out for him. So I just love Jason. I love his drive. I love that he has never given up. And, also, you just never know what opportunities are going to come your way, which I just really admire about him. He's such an outgoing, amazing friend and person, and I think that he is just proof that whatever energy that you put out, you will get back. So thank you, Jason, for coming on. I truly loved our episode, and I'm glad that he was my first episode. That sounded weird. First episode. Okay, so second episode was with Carrie Rhodes. I met Carrie through Jason. Carrie, what can I say about this guy? So talented. I really enjoyed hearing about his story. He was a football player, knew from a very young age that that's not what he wanted to do, but that's what he was really good at. So he wanted to do acting, he wanted to write, he wanted to produce, direct, and that's exactly what he's done. And he got great advice from his dad. Look, make a name for yourself in football, and then you can do whatever else you want to do after. And that's exactly what he did. And I just admire him so much. And he tries everything he wants to do, whether it be sing or play instruments or write music or write scripts and act and direct and produce. It's like he's done everything, and he's done a lot of work on himself. He talked about his experience with ayahuasca, and he made a documentary about it. And I just admire him so much. He's such a free spirit. So thank you, Carrie, for being a part of this. I truly enjoyed our episode as well. Episode 3. I love this woman so much. Her name's Cherie. She is, my gosh, a rock star. She is a full-time mom. Homeschools even before the pandemic, has homeschooled her kids. She's married to an actor. I know that is tough just by dating a couple of them. I can't imagine. It's a hard job. But she does it so well. They have such a great relationship, such a great marriage. She's such a great mom, and she balances it all, which I can't even imagine. I have this new puppy, and I can't even, I'm kind of halfway trying to pay attention to her and make sure she's okay as we're doing this. I don't know. She's just so amazing. She keeps in shape. She keeps healthy. She's a businesswoman. She's a full-time mom. She's an amazing wife. I just admire her so much for putting herself first in a way where she knows that she needs to take care of herself before she could take care of everybody else. And I think that's such an important message for moms who feel guilty for going to the gym or maybe making a healthy meal when their family is not really into it. She kind of puts her foot down when it comes to that, and has taught her kids how it could be fun to eat healthy as well. So I love you, Cherie, and I thank you so much for coming on and sharing your life with everybody. I know that wasn't easy for you, but I appreciate it, and I know that everybody really enjoyed hearing from you, so thank you. Our fourth episode, my friends Lee and Aaron, they are such an amazing couple. I love them so much. They have a dog training business that is very successful. And I admire any couple that can, work together and live together and do it well. And they definitely are an example of that. They have such a strong bond. They have such respect for each other. And they just do such a great job at complimenting each other and, not taking life too seriously and just having a good time. I love that they love dogs and animals, and their passion for that just it is so cool to see. And so I enjoyed their story so much, because I don't know if you guys listen to their episode. They actually grew up in the same small town, but never knew each other, had the same I think it was like one of their babysitters, or had the same babysitter or something. I don't know. Something with that, but they were connected, and they didn't know until they both moved to LA and years later met. And it's just, it just makes you see that whatever is meant to be will be, in the timing that it's meant to be in. They weren't meant to meet when they lived in the same town, all those years ago, and they meet after all this time in LA and knew pretty much right away that they wanted to get married, and they've been married for years. So I love you guys, and I thank you for being a part of this podcast. So episode number 5, we had Rebecca, my friend. She's a trainer that I worked with at Equinox. I have loved seeing her grow. She has come such a long way. Was raised in Kansas and came out here with, the Hollywood dream and did it. She's this amazing celebrity trainer who has her own line out of bands, of hip bands and masks and scrunchies, and she's just an amazing businesswoman, amazing person, amazing trainer. I've just loved seeing her grow. She just recently got married to my friend Jared, and so I'm just so happy for them. And what I really took away from her is, we do have an unrealistic kind of view when it comes to Instagram and influencers of how we could look, or the life that we could be living, and we tend to compare ourselves a lot to others, but actually a lot of that is fake, or plastic surgery. And so we tend to be, especially as women, very hard on ourselves. And she kind of pointed out that we work so hard. She's worked so hard for her body. I've worked so hard for my body. We've appreciated everything that, that we've done and have, but sometimes you look at these other girls and it's easy to get caught up, oh, but I don't look like that. But a lot of it is Photoshop. A lot of it is plastic surgery. And when it comes down to it, you just have to be happy with the body that you were given, and, just work hard every day to keep yourself healthy. And that's what really matters. So please don't compare yourself to people on Instagram. That's the main takeaway, because it's very unrealistic. And I know that a lot of women are, we're just really hard on ourselves. Okay, episode 6, my friend Jessie. Jessie is such a survivor. I love Jessie so much. He was in a really bad surfing accident when he was young, in high school, and he was paralyzed basically from the neck down. And Jessie is such an amazing heart, an amazing spirit. And I just love, we talked in my episode, which I'll get to later, about you have a choice. You can stay a victim, or you can take what happened to you and you can do something good with it. And that's exactly what Jessie has done. He has taken, something horrible that happened to him, and he has done beautiful work with it. He's still surfing. He has found a way, him and his friends found a way to build this surfboard where he can actually still surf. He has started this foundation called Life Rolls On. If you haven't checked it out, please check out Life Rolls On. I am excited next year after COVID, like hopefully everything goes back to some sort of normalcy. I want to work with them more, which we've talked about. I want to get more involved. He has helped so many kids that are paralyzed or have some sort of disability able to be active, surf, skate, whatever it is that they want to do. And it's just so beautiful. And I just love seeing these kids have fun and kind of change their perspective on their situation. So I love you, Jesse. I thank you for being a part of this podcast. And Jesse's coming out with his own podcast, so check that out next year. Or this year. I think it's coming out this year. I'll have to get that from him and let you guys know. But I'm sure it'll be amazing. So yeah, I'm excited to see what you do next, Jesse. So thank you for that. All right, episode 7. Sorry, I had to check on my dog, make sure she's okay. Episode 7, probably one of my favorite episodes so far. So Lewis Ford, I met through the producer of this podcast, Ben. Lewis has the most amazing story I think I've ever heard in my life. He lost his parents at a pretty young age. He had siblings that he had to raise. He was young himself. He had 2 kids. I think by the time he was 24, he had 2 kids and a few siblings to raise. So he got into selling drugs, was shot multiple times, survived, went to prison, was in solitary confinement for like 180 days. Like, just thinking about that, putting yourself in that position, like if you really think about it, that is crazy. And he made the best of it. Again, not making himself the victim. He had his family send him books, and he learned about the body, about exercise, about he just became, obsessed about learning about the body and how it works. And he gained a ton of muscle in prison and decided that he wanted to be an entrepreneur and, turn this into a career when he got out and make a name for himself and, take care of his family. And that's exactly what he did. So he read all these books, and when he came out, he had a plan. And now he's this amazing celebrity trainer. His family is all very successful. His daughter, who is very young, has her own business. And it's just so cool to see that it doesn't matter where you're born, what family you're born into, what cards you've been dealt. If you have the right mindset, you can do anything. And that's what I love about Lewis. I love his story because he could have easily made himself a victim, and he didn't. And I just love that message so much. So Lewis, thank you. I hope to meet you in person after all this stuff is over with COVID. You're a rock star. And I thank you so much for taking your time to be a part of this podcast. Okay, on to episode 8. So Mojan, she is such a talented, amazing woman. She's an actor, she's a writer, she's an entrepreneur as well. She has done such an amazing job telling these stories that just like hit home. She's such an amazing storyteller, and I'm so excited for the project that she's writing right now. I can't, talk too much about it, but she is just going to be amazing. I know that. Like, do amazing things. She has done these shorts that I've seen, these short films that have won awards, and I mean, she's just got this way of bringing out this story and this character and just making you cry. Like, she just makes you feel all the feels, and I love that she has a passion for telling stories. And she's also working a lot with mental health issues, which I think is so important. This country does not touch on mental health enough, and I just love the work that she's doing to make a difference and to get people the help that they need when it comes to their mental health. So thank you, Mojan. I can't wait to see what you do next. I love you. Okay, episode 9. We're almost done, guys. Drew is the CEO of Rogue & Fox. She is a floral designer. She is so talented with her designs. They're so creative. They're so different. I've never seen anything like this before. And we did talk about putting a spin on things. Like, she kind of took the traditional way of arranging flowers and put her own spin on it, and I love it, and I think that's what makes her unique. And she's just so talented, and she's so funny and such a sweet person, and I love that she kind of overcame a lot as far as being a woman and owning your own business. It's hard. So she talked about just how hard it was as a woman and a Black woman to start your own business and have people take you seriously, and she overcame all that and is so successful, and I just love just seeing her grow, and I love seeing all her work. So check her out on Instagram if you don't follow her already. She also talks about being in abusive relationships, emotionally abusive relationships in her past. We kind of could relate on that. And so I just love talking to her about overcoming those relationships and kind of finding your voice and finding out who you are and what you want and what you don't want. And she didn't settle, and she found the man of her dreams who treats her amazingly, and they have, a kid together. And then we talked about balancing all of that, like balancing being a wife and a mother and owning your own business in a pandemic, and she does it really well. And so I just admire her strength and overcoming all these obstacles, and I just love watching her grow. So thank you, Drew, for being a part of this. And if you guys don't follow her on Instagram and check out her floral arrangements, because they are beautiful. All right, guys, that brings it down to episode 10, which was me. I hope you guys enjoyed it. It is not easy to open up like that and be that vulnerable, but I thought that it was important. That's what I ask of my guests, and so I felt it was only fair that I kind of put myself out there and then tell you guys my story. So I got a lot of great comments and feedback on it, and I really appreciate your support. And basically what I wanted to get across is like what I've been saying even through this kind of reflecting of all the episodes that we've done so far, is I think everyone has this story, right? They all have their own story. We've all been through so much in our lives. We could probably all write a book about everything that we've been through. I think just your mindset is the most important thing. I know a lot of people that write me that have had trauma in their life, that have had health issues, abusive fathers or mothers, or relationships, or like I said, health issues or something. And they write me, and I can tell in the conversation that they have decided that they're a victim, and they are stuck in whatever life that they're living, and they want more for themselves, but they don't know what to do. And I think the first thing before anything is changing your mindset. Books that have really helped me with this, Untethered Soul, The 4 Agreements, they just kind of like help you kind of put things in perspective. It really matters where your mind is and where your heart is. And so I think if you kind of change up, obviously, like what you've been doing, if it's not working, change your mindset, and take action. Figure out what it is that you want, where you want to be physically, mentally, in your business, and make a vision board for yourself. I think that helps a lot too. And really focus on that every day. Start and end your day with, how am I going to get to this goal? I need to do something to make my spiritual self better today, my like emotional self better today, my physical self better today, my business life better today, and do something every day to make that dream come true. It's not going to just happen for you. You have to take action, and you have to have a plan. You know, I don't go to my clients that want to lose weight or bulk up and just say, okay, cool, we'll just swing it. No, I take the time and I have a plan, and every day we carry out with that plan, and that's how you get results. So that is for anything in life. So that was my main takeaway that I wanted you guys to get, is you can do anything that you want. Most people have $1 million ideas that they just never do, which is why it never happens. But if you have an idea and you want to do it, you just have to do it. And it's that easy. I mean, it's not easy. It's a lot of work, but it can happen for anybody, no matter what background you have, no matter what you're going through in life. So please just do the work on yourself and figure out what it is you want, make a plan, and go for it, okay? Because that's the main focus of this podcast. I want to inspire everybody to be their best selves in every pillar of their life. So stay tuned. I have more guests lined up in these next few weeks that I am so excited about. I can't wait for the next 10 episodes of this podcast. I think it's just going to get better and better. So I thank you guys so much for your support. I thank you for listening. I love each and every one of you. Have a good day.